cut elastic of his health. He doesn't have any utilities. They got caught off guard there. While Pachinki here only occupied by RRQ. Nobody seems to want to challenge RRQ, the king of Pachinki's. Well, again, I have to remind you guys, do just share the stream and thanks for the support. We do have a little bit of milestone here to catch up. It will be the last day here. Please, at least 150k viewers for the one great milestone here. Because if that happens, it's going to be a win-win to all of us. Because all the players in Southeast Asia server on May 8th, we got themselves at least one crate if we hit 150k views milestone. And every one of you will have the opportunity to draw a permanent epic set and extreme climate suit as well. So ask everybody you know and tag them in this stream. At the same time, we're down to blacklist. Yeah, YG on the northern side of Jogopol seems to have a very great time. They won't be interrupted or disturbed for their looting phase. It's all down to about choose your dropping point, get the loots going, and just survive till the last few circles there, because that's what the game is all about.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what this game is all about. But then again, because of the point systems as well, getting a chicken dinner earns you 20 points, as we already know, so you need to still get the kill points up, especially if you want to challenge for the top 2 places, which is still realistic for a number of these teams here today. Well, we'll need to wait and see. Of course, this is still the first game of the day. If any of these teams, even on page 2, wow. I somehow feel that bump on my head when he knocked the wall.
Oh, lucky it didn't like almost explode that vehicle or that motorbike. Some things about motorbike is that you get exposed yourself quite too much with nothing to cover with. The moment you bomb into something, it can easily explode. It's one of the squishiest vehicles out there. But back about Bigatron we go. Seems like they are hovering around Novorep. You have to take that back. Seems like some of the teams still want to drop by the southern side here, especially Bigatron. The flight path just now kind of having themselves a hard time to just go to Novo Rednoye just now. While we have the boycott stats here, 1.3 for the KDA, 40% of kills over damage with 136.3 meters for his average kill distance. That kind of far if you ask me. So for Bigatron Arrow, most of the players we can say that they're preferring mid to long range kind of fight. Or down to Orange Esports here, Leon seems to driving this UAZ for themselves while they're gonna fetch and grab away the other 2 players those sharing the same compound. They actually have quite a number of vehicles on the side of Orange Esports.
Yeah, they managed to get a good amount of vehicle, but the only thing is one of the vehicle is a open top. So now, not so good if you're an open top vehicle. Of course, you're more exposed to gunfire. And we have seen a number of teams here, just like what Chuchu mentioned as well. Bigatron Era, one of them who prefer their medium to long range shots, especially in this kind of map. It can be a bit risky, especially if you're riding in an open top vehicle. Now, talking about Bigatron Era, Novo, no one is going to challenge them. You can see how that rhymes there, so that's why they're really happy. The feng shui just really adds up to them really, really well. So entire compound all to themselves.
And you do want to be very safe when it comes to your looting phase here. We're talking about getting themselves the final day for these players. They don't have much games to play anymore. While the circle will enclose even further, smaller, shrinking itself, while the blue takes all the players outside of its safety zone here. We do have Bigatron Era 4 be one of the teams that will rotate a bit later than everybody else. I'm thinking about if they should take on the eastern side or western side of the bridge. I do prefer if they take over the west bridge instead of east, because it's very overly heavily populated around Milta right now. Whilst the other teams that going from the northern side, seems like a bit clear pathway for them, not that heavily crowded so far, but around Rosehall and school is a totally different story.
Yeah, it's getting really crowded there. We do see Illuminate the Murder, KOG, as well as Orange. They are close by with each other, as well as RRQ and Team Secret. All, if we draw a little circle there, it can cover this number of teams. So it's not going to be pretty if they meet each other really early on. And now we do see here the rotation is starting to happen, especially for the northern side. But on the southern side, they will take their time, maybe to do that later rotation. But Box Gaming is the only team now guarding the western bridge. Oh, the gunfire is starting to come out here. Carlos with the gunfire out on the side of their opponents. Younger Galacticos, and they will immediately jump out while they drive, while they shoot. Looks like it's the U-turn there. They want those points on the board. The fire continues off on the side of Carlos. Managed to get one there, and now he's gonna get another one. Looks like there's only one more. AK is now in trouble, and now look at this. They are trying to find out, but then again, on the other side, they are putting pressure as well on the side of Younger Galacticos. First blood for Chapo right now, and one side have been knocked out at the same time because of that drop from his vehicle. AK is all alone. He's being pinned back by the Blacklist International boys.
Oh man, they just see that one coming. They caught off by surprise there. We can see how they're really not anticipating any of those shots come out from Blacklist out of nowhere. They just trump it in against YG while AK is forced to swim it across this time. Can he made it out alive? We're talking about the water is where you don't want to be at the moment. The moment you got knocked down, there's no knockdowns in the water itself. Straight away into a box. Well, we have one stack bleeding out. At the same time, AK tried to prolong his survivability. We do have Alonso here try to rotate the other way around, making sure he has all the angles covered. He even making sure there's nobody from YG on this side of that field just now. G13 chugging down his energy drink. With that, two teams going against each other, it gives a lot of information to what a third party golden cat across that bridge just now.
Oh man, Golden Cat could just get those extra points on the board because they have YG pinned down, and now the shot will be going out onto the side of Blacklist International. Will he connect? And oh, looks like he managed to get two knocked down. Maybe not too sure about that. Or is that a diversion? I'm not too sure because it's just really far away. But it looked like they abandoned their vehicle.
Oh, I'm not sure about their abandoning their vehicles is actually the right decision here. We do know the blue closing in 30 more seconds while Mafia fighting in open terrain against Yudu Gang, one of the top contenders for the world slot. Jumping in is Jumper, ramming it out right in front of Mafia. Messi finally knocked down. Fredo tries to take one out. Both teams are actually at a stalemate and they're trying to go against each other as much as they can. Mamparan getting the flank. Yes, will be pinned down first. We still have Drax running around circles. Ransky going from the backside. Nobody actually spotted Ransky here. Super sneaky guy, but Ransky will bail his teammate. Oh, we're trying to challenge it out. Drax is not letting it go. He tries to shoot everything that moves. Then managed to knock it down. And Moth just being eliminated at 16 plays just now. Man, that was close.
Oh my goodness! That long shot onto Rensky. We don't see that really often from Yudu Gang. Really. Oh man, they've done everything in that one fight. They're close quarters, they're super long range. Oh my goodness, Yudu Gang is just playing this at a different level at this point. That's why they are well deserving on the top spot at this moment. Rensky just making it up, but unfortunately still to succumb to the injuries from that long range shots. Man, that was just so exhilarating. And now Biu looks like he's alone in this compound. Not too sure where his teammates are, but 1 against 4. I hope he doesn't expose himself. I hope he can get away from this.
I've seen like there's a secret been playing the kind of a same formation the past couple of days. I don't know if you guys noticed it, but it swapped the roles between What Toy and Bill here. One of them will be the scout for the team and pass about that information towards the others. While Bill kind of stuck here, he tried to get himself disengage himself from this fight, but being denied entirely with RIQ, who's stomping them down. Well, rushing in, the rest of Team Secret will have a long journey to come over to save Biu. It was a clean seal of the deal kill there for RIQ, not wasting any more time while UI tried to save his bigger brother just now. Notice it's a bit 1 second too late. Well, we have Illuminate the Murder passing over Blacklist just now, and we're talking about all the teams trying to migrate themselves into a better position as soon as possible.
Yeah, they have to migrate right now because it's getting crowded. We are still at 15 teams, and the third circle will reveal itself. And now just look at this Smart Toy getting his favorite high angle, but oh, it is Smart Toy versus Illuminate the Murder. This is it. Will it be revenge from Toy, or will it be Illuminate the Murder? Just showing why they are better without Toy. We need to wait and see here, but looks like they will disengage from this and they will move on to the next compound. Not going to pursue Toy at the top.
Illuminate the Murders already reserved themselves spot on the World League later. They got themselves that ticket already, but they will not slacking down even a bit here. Speaking of which, they will try their best. They will try their best as they can, their utmost performance for them to get themselves a chicken dinner, making sure that it will fall onto their hands. Well, we have a couple of teams going very late into the circle. Box Gaming and Bigatron still out there on the rim of the blue, who will cut across Pachinki, will cut through Onyx Esports and Talon at the same time, while the rest of the teams here already inside of a circle. Still a lot of players, 56 of them, with a lot of teams still alive. We're looking at Motown of Rosshawk on the outskirts of it, just on the eastern side of Jogopul. It's a very busy area. Ruins will be one of the top spot as well. We do know when it comes to ruins, there are a lot of different levels of terrain there. We're talking about the water area, the high grounds, and also kind of a broken structure to work with. They have a lot of places and cover to play, so that's going to be a tricky one for them to approach it.
Yeah, totally agree. If Ruins is the final circle, then it will be really, really difficult for these teams. Just like how we can see on screen right now. It's difficult for a couple of teams there. Just look at this. The Shin fired onto another team from the side of Talon and will be finished off by Taka. And now Talon, they still maintain all four of their team members here. They are just playing by the edge of the circle. Now Onyx just outside of their compound. Onyx is also outside the circle, so exposing themselves right now while Talon and Taka and the entire team have the high ground will not be a good idea. So they need to find a way to rotate into the circle that is safer. Box Gaming as well. They are not too far away, and the circle will pressure Onyx to move now.
They are way too much into the blue and sticking their HP bit by bit. We're talking about the third phase, not that difficult for them to migrate themselves unless it's a full circle onwards. It's going to take a lot of their HP every second they're late into the safe zone. And while Onyx and the rest of Cape here try to make sure they got themselves right at the rim of the circle. We're talking about Bigatron, Ryzen, and the rest of the Raid Aliens just on the outskirts of Ruins. Got themselves a lot of building to play with, while Bigatron, another Bigatron, always go against each other here. We have Box Gaming for Vietnam going against the RRQ Thailand. They both having themselves quite a decent compound, but at the same time, it's a risky place to overstay themselves with. We do know in the middle of the circle here, which on the outskirts of Ruin and Godcar region, that is kind of an open field if you go into the circle right smack in the middle of it. So they are trying to hog around the rim of a circle as long as they can as well. Because we do know they don't need to leave until the circle shrinks for the next phase.
Yeah, it's likely going to be an open field circle coming up next. So, yep, the best way is to play by the rim of the circle and just gatekeep there. Rather than be in the middle of the circle, then you are in an open position, no compound, nothing else to cover yourself, and everyone can come from multiple angles. It's going to be a 360 onslaught if that happens. So that's why you can see in the middle of the circle, no one is there. Now, I do notice that Yudugang is rotating the latest into the other island, into the main peninsula. But now moving over to KOG, looks like they have Team Secret to deal with, who just joined them within the circle. And now KOG, it is 4 against 3. So Team Secret, knowing that they don't have the numbers, Yubi have been sacrificed earlier, they will play this really safely for now.
And I have a feeling this Ruins area will be a slaughterfest very, very soon. And his last tick of health on Rocky, he was looking at the wrong direction here, because out tossing that nade, it will be a just a mess and a sticky place there for Bigatron Arrow. Look at that spray come from Velmont. They give him a lot of pressure on the side, but eliminate this angle here. Look at how many tosses of Nate and Smoke just now. They will try to advance and moving forward for eliminate the murder. One of the teams that going all aggression here. Going for Rocky first. Rocky knocked down. Andre making sure he even sealed the kill there. They got himself a clean one kill. While Hydra is dumbfounded. He has no clue where he should go. Left, right, and center everywhere. There's another team going around. While Yudo managed to pin down Armjone, where they just over-focused themselves into one particular angle and direction there. It took advantage all right on the spot here for Yudo gang. Just butting in into people's business as a third party.
Yeah, they just gonna do this third partying because it is points on the board for them. And just look at this, Manpara with the grenade onto Armjone, taking one out and go down as well. Looks like he's been knocked down and now illuminating the murder. They are in trouble. They are being seized down by Yudu gang. And now Manpara for another angle. Martin is in trouble there. He is low. And Yudu gang will wipe out, illuminate the murder, sending them back to the lobby at 15th place.
Man, we still have a lot of teams in a very small circle here. We're talking about the fourth phase. The great migration happens here. Everybody will be forced to shape their position as soon as they can. But Yudu gang, even though they got themselves a minor victory, they're not sending them for another fight here, which is going to be owning T-Sports next. They need time to reset themselves. At the same time, it's just no breather for them at all. Yudu get kind of clumped up between two teams at the same time, backing themselves just from the blue. We have Orange Esports around the corner as well. So many teams, talents keeping tabs on the Orange Esports as well. We have Onyx Esports there. And it just happens to be everybody in a huge chunk of mass. And it will be a slaughter fest here happening right now.
Yeah, it is Slaughterfest right here because we can see here just on this map there is Bigatron RA, Onyx, as well as Yudugang in the same compound. All these teams, they still have their complete squads intact except for Onyx. Now we're down to 3. And now Cape, he does have a level 1 West here and he will toss out the grenades. Younger Galacticos looks like they will power at number 13 with minimum placement points as well.
Back about the wall we go. Orange Esports, Leon, keep tapping and making sure they got all the directions covered here. They're trying to make a move. Same goes for Onyx. They are trying to climb themselves, squeezing into the circle as soon as they can, but the blue is taking everyone that's staying in there. And it's the fifth phase, but Lucky knocked down the moment they try to move here. Matthew making it hard for the side of Bigatron Ray Alice at the same time. Everybody just desperate for the start of the day here today. We're looking at two different angles here. Another one is going across that map. We're looking at four teams are going at each other's throat. And they're just not doing good for Golden Cat. Plays themselves at 12. Well, Onyx is suffering from the blue. They are desperate to get out from it. Hop onto the vehicles, but can they face another one just right in front of the moment they park themselves down?
Yudukan, they will rotate in quickly right now because, well, it's 11 teams and the 5th circle. Now, this is just going to be massacre all around. Plus, open area, no compound to hide in. And now the kill rate is just going crazy at this point. Calvin looks like the shot's being fired on the side of Onyx at this point, and now Onyx is being pinned down. But just look at the minimap. Their flanks are just all surrounded. Onyx will be eliminated at 11th place. And now Yudukan, they are still hanging on here. They are having smokes just to cover their part. But then again, Fredo looks like he's been knocked down. Jumper will revive Fredo, and Drax will get cover fire as well as Mampara on side Team Secret as well as KOG. And now Fredo will be revived. Bigatron RA unfortunately eliminated at 9th place.
Oh my goodness me, that went so fast. Everything going south all the way here for the place. We're down to only 8 teams left. That's really fast. Less than 1 minute, so many things has happened. And down to RIQ right now, they're in so much trouble. Really low HP for Pierre. The moment they try to reset themselves, there's another team just have to chuck more grenades in their compound. We're talking about knocking on that door here. Box Gaming Hoiga trying to get one L. Yeah, making sure he played the corner as well. And at the same time, Huiga plays it better this time. And with the AK just now, Huiga is just going crazy with that kills and keep on getting for more. He almost missed it. This is kill in so much trouble, struggling for a way in, but it's been denied here. Gino coming in for the help, tried to revive his mate first beer here. At the same time, same goes for Box Gaming, buying time to revive Loki and also Pmpl at the same time. But who gets on their feet first? Because G9 is trying to disengage this the moment Beer is resetting himself.
Oh, they now know that Pmpl has not been revived yet, so they may go for the rush in here. We do see a G9 as well as Beer, but G9 relocating the vehicle. Beer is left behind though, so not too sure what the strategy is here. So now Beer has to fend out with the rest of them and gets one knockdown, but unfortunately Beer has been knocked down as well, and his teammate unfortunately left him behind to go for positioning points. Hyuga will do the same as well. Migration is happening. 6 knuckle it is. G9 trying to get the revenge onto Hyuga, but the shot does not connect enough. Hyuga managed to get into the circle, played by the rip and G9 only has moved to cover him.
This is an open terrain. It's so hard to be played. Arguably one of the hardest game there is in the game here. Manparang already landing himself 5 kills so far. One of the top kills out there. While another team being excused out into the lobby here. Blacklist will be listed onto the blacklist of the death there. We have only 6 teams left. Udu Gang still have a lot of vegetation to work with. While RRQ G9 down to 1 person. Huiga is actually in the same state of the Bing. While we have 4 men of Udu Gang seems to be well and alive, got one down for Bonza. Somebody seems to be knocking himself away while Bad Boy's Deadshot out of nowhere, making sure he get himself 1 extra kill and happens to be the airdrop, taunting all the players in the last few phases of a game here. 6th phase won't be as forgiving if they are tanking inside of the blue.
Really, airdrop? Really? You have to do this to all of us? Really? Just look at this. Nobody can go for the airdrop. It's an absolute open field. Fredo now just have someone with idea that concept is in front of his phrase out and not KOG. Sent back to the lobby at 6th place. And Bad Boys now just being the Bad Boys for Udu Gang. Udu Gang still maintaining all 4 of their team members, but they are outside the circle. But the Bad Boys, they are in the circle though. So a little bit of an advantage there for the Bad Boys. This is the top 5 teams, ladies and gentlemen. Udu Gang, as we can see, still maintain all 4 of their team members. Bad Boys 3, Box Gaming 1, RRQ 1, as well as Talent 1 left.
This is just nerve-wracking for the moment. Everybody try to stay low and stay quiet, not to attract too much attention onto themselves, including G9 almost shredded his helmet, and Drax even dropped out his inventory bag, making sure who will be one with the Mother Nature on the ground there. They try to stay as flat as possible and just sitting on this one ground, making sure they are actually being favored by the circle at the same time. It's kind of a hard play. Very open terrain, and everybody pop the smokes in between, and I think Jumper will be the first one to spot out one of Bad Boys here, while the rest have QV and Kelvin barricading themselves with a lot of vehicle. Don't forget, we still have Luke around the corner, and we got G9 playing here as well. We're down to 5 teams, but some of them only have solo men there. Udu Gang got themselves the attention first. G9 you have to make it hot, but G9 will be eliminated at 5th place for RRQ. We're down to 4 teams here. Talent trying to sit this one out, but Jumper and Manparan slowly crawling themselves up there. But another one, Jumper knocked down again. QV with a star L, trying to finish it off, but it's gonna be Dash Truck from Bad Boys that finish the work. We're down to 2 men for Manpara and Drax, having a hard time to revive Fredo, bleeding out at the moment. We have Box Gaming who got the moment they misstep themselves. It's gonna be a graveyard for Udu Gang, trying to get themselves that chicken dinner for the day.
G9 just have to be the needle for Yurugen now, but looks like Mampara managed to get one kill off from afar in Box Gaming. Looks like they will bow out at 4th place. We are now down to the top 3 teams, and now Drax managed to knock down one as well. They do have the upper hand a little bit here, but it's just 2 of them. This is just getting super nerve-wracking at this point. It is Drax and Mampara against 2 others. As we can see here, top 3 teams, 6 alive at this point. Box Gaming, though, they do have 3 team members intact still, while Luca is just waiting on the other side. He will definitely not move. He will hold off a positioning point, but he will need to move after about 30 seconds because the blue zone looks like slightly favors to Box Gaming, maybe, but other than that, the rest, they are outside the zone.
Now it's down to Yudugang versus Bad Boys. Yeah, the third party is Luca trying to set this one out, but Kelvin already initiated the preemptive shot there. A lot of names being tossed in between, almost clipped all the way down for his helmet. Kelvin is struggling. Both team are cooking their own respective nade. Yeah, Cuvée almost hit by the nade explosion just next to him. Dash a knockdown first there by Drake. He got himself that flank, trying to finish the deal, but it's still hard to spot things out in that smoky region right now, right in front. They can only see silhouette for now. Para got exposed himself way too much. Can't see that one now. And now Campbell spraying blindly for Drex, trying to give it hard and pressure on the side of Bad Boys. We still have Luke around the corner. Drax is down to 1 man here. Can Monfaron be revived? At the same time, he still managed to knock one more down. Drax is just going crazy with his success there. Having his hunch instincts going for knocking downs. We have Cuvée versus Luca versus Drax. Luca just have to butt in the last minute too.
Oh, Luca just exposed himself there, so now they know Luca's location. And now Drax as well, trying to say, oh, his captain Mampara is knocked down again. Guvet looks like he will save Calvin at the same time, but Drax with the sprays go out. It's just making a nuisance towards the side of the Bad Boys. Now Mampara, he is just meeting out here with Drax. Go for it. Yes, focus fire for Drax. Managed to get another 1 kill. We are now down to the top 2. Drax could finish this off. This is almost a one-on-one matchup. This Guvet and Drax. And winner, chicken dinner, the standing up, the one and only Yudugan!